See, this is a good, wait a minute, this mine or this mine?
I signed it. Which one did I sign?
Oh, this one.
Because one of them is just that I just used over here because it's kind of like.
You know, this is smart, Craig. This is a good coffee table book.
Mm-hmm.
Little decorative number.
Right. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Josh, you got a cab?
Nikki, what you want? The piece of candy?
Ah!
Girl, she sure is needy these days. She sure is asking for a lot of stuff. She gonna need to start packing her own lunch when she come over here. She comes over here, she wants some of my Fiji water.
You got Fiji water?
I don't give out Fiji water.
Oh, I know. I took the last one from last time.
Don't have me hashtag me to you, okay?
Girl, I bumped your breast by mistake trying to get into my office.
Don't worry, you did.
Girl, I done wrote two whole books.
Bye, y'all.
I done wrote 2 whole books about me being interested in men's.
I'm gonna tell him that I'm a single, hard worker, and he was trying to take advantage.
She's trying to bring me up on charges. Listen, I'm in here. I have not situated my situation. They over here hashtagging me too. I haven't situated my situation. I went for a run today. Happy Tuesday, niece.
Thank you.
Oh, look. Somebody said everybody needs to leave. This is our time.
Oh, my God.
Hey, niece. Hey, girl. Hey, let me get a baseball cap. I ain't curled my hair today.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on, let me get me a baseball cap, niece. I'm looking a little rough on that camera. I'm looking a little rough on the camera,
All
daughter.
right, y'all. Have a good one.
All right, Jamel.
Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome. Let me know if you need, again.
Okay.
Let me get me a baseball cap. I'm looking a little rough on this camera, niece.
I ain't gonna live with no keys.
Are we blurry over here? Because Patrice Tudor said we blurry. Oh, here your keys right here.
Yeah, John, 'cause I ain't gonna live with it. And
Right.
I'm walking across your floor.
Right, he way in here with them sneakers on. Thank you for sharing the video. Is the camera blurry over here, or is that Patrice Tudor's Obama phone? They said I'm blurry. Girl, is it blurry over here? What's up, y'all? I have not situated myself. They said they clear. All I need is 2 people. No, we're not blurry. Chantel not blurry. Neither is Raphael. Neither is Coco. Shakika, that's your shit. Patrice Tudor, that's your shit. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the... Is he stealing green cards?
No, ma'am. Listen, I can buy my own damn green.
I was just wondering if he was stealing green cards. I just saw like a piece of paper. Derek J. Derek J, what you doing with your narrow neck ass?
Narrow neck ass. Okay.
Right. Derek J, when we gonna get together? Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Nikki, what time did you get here to start work today? I got to start recording her time. Now, not what time did you get here, but what time did you actually start working? Because, see, I don't do all that stuff with you people. When you be getting to work, you get to work, but you don't really start working. Derek J, when I need to lay eyes on you in person, niece.
It was.
And Derek J, because you hold on, Nikki. Let me get Derek together real quick. Hold on, Nick. Come over here, Nikki. Derek, I need you to upload. Look, he on 3,000 right now. Derek, I need you to upload that So Much to Say. That Say It in a Card. Derek, you know you're always invited. Cut it out. Derek J, I need you to upload that Say It in a Card promo on your Insta story because you got like 400,000 people following you.
And then come do my hair.
And then Nikki said, come do her hair. Now, I'm not paying for that because I don't know how much you charge. I don't know how much you charge for that. But listen.
You lacking.
Listen, I need to know what time you got here and clocked in. Then we don't have no clock. They said, why am I yelling? Girl, I'm on 3,000. I get excited when I'm seeing y'all. Y'all complain too much. First of all, y'all say I talk to the YouTube people too much, and I need to spend more time talking to you all. Looking over here, Avriel DuVernay told me that when she came over here on Sunday for the vegan food tour. She said, yeah, Craig, you've been talking to the YouTube people way too much. She said, it's like you don't even look at us on Facebook anymore. Okay, well, I'm looking at y'all now. How about that? I'm looking at YouTube now. I'm looking at Facebook now. But listen, Nikki got here a little while ago. I'm bringing my voice down because you said I'm yelling. Nikki came over here a little earlier, but she only been working for about 20 minutes.
I've been working for as long as you did that Patreon.
I'm going to go back and look and see how long. I just recorded a Patreon. Shakika says she loves the yelling. That's because her service ain't really that good. So she likes when I yell because then she can hear me clearly.
She got that Obama phone, so it's kind of like she in a tunnel underwater.
Well, listen, Cheryl, according to Avril DuVernay, she says that I like to talk to the YouTube people too much, and I don't spend enough time talking to them. And so I don't want her to feel no kind of way. Because, see, they've been supporting me longer than you all have. You all are new. Wisdom said keep yelling. They like when I yell. They like when I yell. But then, so what I'm going to start doing is spending a little bit more time with my Facebook family. So YouTube. So Facebook, I'm going to talk to y'all like this, and I'm going to just peek over here to YouTube every now and then. But no, I'm just playing. So listen, what time did you get here? Because see, I know how you black people do. Y'all like to get to work. Like, you supposed to be to work at 8. You showing up to your desk at 8. You ain't logged into your system yet. You got to put your password in. You can't halfway remember because you got to change the password every 7 days.
I don't know what kind of black people you deal with.
I know how y'all do.
Because
I used to be I used to be that kind when I used to work for the white people.
I get to work 45 minutes early because I got to get myself together to go in.
You got to get yourself together for the white people that you work with. Remember, we talk about black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. So white people don't get all sensitive. This is how we talk when y'all not listening. Okay, we got to prepare ourselves for y'all when we come to work. Now go ahead.
Yes, and I got here, I ate my food, and right when you guys...
Were you on the clock when you got here and was eating on your food? No. Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't doing no work.
I got to watch her because she...
Because
it's a lunch and learn. I was eating and... No, we don't do lunch and learns over here at Impeccable Works. We don't do lunch and learn. We're not big enough for that yet. Go ahead, I'm listening.
And when you guys were getting ready to do the Patreon, that's when I went over there to do some work.
LaTracy said they need my attention over here. And Avril, don't be trying to backslide now. Avril DuVernay was here this past week. I didn't say that. No, yes, you did. She said when she was here for the vegan food tour that I hadn't even gotten into the van good. I had just got into the van. Because remember, we met at this coffee house in Grant Park. And we all caravan. We got in this van. And soon as I got a girl, my butt hadn't even hit the cushion good. She said, you be giving too much attention to
that's right. You got
the YouTube people.
She wanted to check y'all before y'all got
She wanted to check me before I sat down
that's
good.
Right.
She told me, no, I didn't say that. Oh, no, you said it.
Lord Rita talking about she got to go smoke a cigarette first.
Yeah, don't come in here with them cigarettes. But see,
she about to quit though.
But see, that's how y'all do. Because I used to do it. I know how y'all work. Because I'm as black as they come.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I'm as black.
Oh, I know.
I'm damn near niggerish.
Listen, you that kind of black that only come from Miami and Africa. There you go. I believe it.
Look, supposed to be there working 8 o'clock. I'm leaving my house at 7:47. The job 20 minutes away.
And then be surprised, like, why y'all writing me up?
And then got to stop for lunch or breakfast. Then got the nerve to come in and stop for breakfast. Ain't powered up my system yet. It's now 8:20. I'm still punching in it and can't remember the password. Can't remember. Oh, that was Kimberly. Oh, you know what, Avril? It wasn't Avril. Avril just co-signed. It was Kimberly Dooley that said it. Mr. Hayes said he needs 2 greeting cards ASAP. Go on over to sayitinaCard.com. SayitinaCard.com and go ahead and purchase your greeting cards. Now, Mr. Hayes, we don't sell 2 greeting cards. You're going to need to get 3. We don't process orders of 2 greeting cards. You're going to need to get 3 cards, nephew. But it was Kimberly Dooley. Soon as I got into the car, Dottie said that was her. I'm coming back. I'm about to talk about all the black folks and how we do when we go to work. I got y'all. Hold on. It was Kimberly Dooley. Soon as I got into the van for the vegan food tour, when I tell you, that lady said, you be giving way too much attention. There's a sale over here in the Facebook community. Who's trying to purchase something? I got into that van. That lady said, you be giving way, like she had an attitude. You be giving way too much attention to the YouTube family. And she said, we were here first. I said, well, girl, I try to put y'all on the on the iPad since it's the better camera.
What you're gonna have to do is get them at the same angle so you just staring in one direction. You looking at everybody.
Right. Sharice, I'm going to be in New York for Easter with the Queen's Supreme Court live show. I'm going to do a reading and a signing at the brunch. The Sunday brunch is April 21st. The tickets are over on the Eventbrite because there's a meet and greet with Madison and David, and I'll be there. And I'll be at the live show, too. Oh, come on, Cheryl Mobley with the $5 Cash App. Thank you, Niece.
We need a quick moment. We're praying for Amy real fast.
We're going to pray for Amy. What's going on with Amy?
Amy says she got some anxiety going on. She needs everybody to say a prayer, so we're going to have a quick moment of silence.
Oh.
Amen.
Amen. Bianca, yes, I told Betty that I already put Betty's book over to the side. Remember, I took the picture the other day. I was on my way out when I saw her, and I told her I was going to bring it to her door, and so she could have it. And thank you, Sharice. I look forward to meeting you, niece. And so thank you, Derek. Derek said he posted my Say It in the Car promo on his Instagram. Go check Instagram because I need to know if he really posted it. I appreciate you, Derek.
My hair next.
Nikki said, "Is her hair next?"
That's gonna be your Christmas gift to me. Because
Whose Christmas gift? Mine.
to me, yes.
My Christmas gift to you?
Yes.
Well, girl, we got a few months to save up for that because Derek J is probably hot.
Last year I accept late ones.
Girl, no, we well into the new year. We got to be focused on this Christmas. Listen, so let me get back to all of the black people like me, and I know it's some white folks too because y'all do some stuff too. But let me tell you, did he post it? Up here on the story.
Oh, yeah, it's in the story.
We verified that Derek did what he said. Oh, all right. Come on, Derek J. He put it on his Instagram. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, Say It in the Car promo video. So anyway, look, I would get to work late and had to sign in.
He got the whole promo up here.
Right. Then I would have to sign into my computer. Couldn't halfway figure out what my password was. Because, the password would change every 7 days. And so you just like, okay, what's my password? That was Cheryl Mobley that sent the Cash App because she said she going to get my attention over here. She sent that Cash App because she said she going to have my attention over here down to the YouTube. But when I tell you, I was just such a trifling employee.
I believe it.
I'd leave for lunch and would put that I work through lunch.
Lord. And you probably that one that when you do training, you be like, now we ain't supposed to do this, but this is what I do. You was probably one of those people.
Come on, Joya Smith with the $5 Cash App. Oh, they trying to get my attention over here. Wait, Joya, are you on Facebook or YouTube? They are going to get my attention. Do you hear me? But, so what time did you get here? Because I need to figure out what time you got here.
Whatever time you start. How long was the Patreon?
About 45 minutes.
Oh, about 45 minutes?
Because we started about 8:15. Because, Joya's over on Facebook. Cheryl, Joya said, no, she needs my attention over here. So when I tell you, I started about 8:15.
She's over here.
Right. Look at Lola. She's over here. But I was like, listen, I have to, let me close this window. Are we cold? No, you all right. Let me get me a water. Let me get me a water.
For you.
Oh, please. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Noni. Dan Twan said Facebook wants to have a money war. Y'all a mess. But listen, I went to Sprouts today. Wait, Facebook is prepaid. I'm trying to spend some bread, but having trouble with the website. Tiffany Smith Bell sent $10 to the Cash App for the
Who's
YouTube.
having trouble with what website?
Okay, who's having trouble with the website?
And which one?
Cheryl Gale said, don't be using her whole government name. Sorry, Cheryl Gale. Melissa Sturdivant, she said, I've been sharing you with all of my friends, all of my contacts. My acquaintances. Thank you so much. What do you need help with, Mr. Hayes?
And I can't share this live. I don't know why.
It's not letting you share it. Now, Mr. Hayes, if you're trying to purchase greeting cards, we only sell it a minimum of 3. Tiffany Smith Bell said, money challenge, Facebook. Tiffany is such a Tiffany turncoat. Now, Reese Goins said we can have a money challenge. Listen, Tiffany Smith Bell started on Facebook. Right, Lola said Tiffany Smith Bell is backsliding. Nani said she just saw the video from Sprouts. So listen, I posted a Patreon video, but you all can see it. You don't have to be subscribed to my Patreon. I wanted to share this one with you because I know some of you can't afford to do the $5 a month for the Patreon, for the subscription. I get that. I wanted to share this video today because I actually went to Sprouts. My friend, Mantra sent $20. Mantra, are you on Facebook or
And is she just sending or does she want a book?
Mantra, what's that $20? Girl, I don't know, but you see how I shift gears. Averill Duvernay said, Tiffany Smith Bell, let's go. She said, let me sign into the Cash App. Reese Goins said, girl, I'm not even able to pay attention to what I'm trying to say. Mantra said she's on both. Well, Mantra, which one you want me to look at? Lola said Mantra's over here too. But listen, Rita said, Tiffany, get your ass back over here. And she said it with a cigarette in her hand. Rita said, Tiffany, get your ass back over here.
You got the point with it.
Right. Get your ass back over here. She about to burn everybody up with the cigarette. Listen. Look, Amy said a battle is about to happen, baby.
Here come Kiop all late.
Kiop all late.
Being one of those black people.
Barbara King said she just finished watching Joya sent another $5 to the Cash App, niece. Barbara King just said she's watched the video from Sprouts. But listen, I wanted to let you guys know. Dan Twan said, where my high income earners at? We need to shut down Cricket Wireless. Oh my God, Averill Duvernay just sent $100. YouTube, I'll see y'all in a minute. Hold on.
Them high income workers about to come on.
Right,
in.
hold on. Averill is on Facebook, niece. So Averill, I just went to the Sprouts, right? Right here, just kind of like touch it. I just went to the Sprouts. Thank you, Averill, girl. You got my full attention over here, Averill. Listen, so I went to the Sprouts, but I shared a video with you guys. Anybody can watch it. I shared it on my personal Facebook, and I shared it in the So Much to Say podcast group because I really do want you guys to just kind of see some of the products that I purchased today. Like today I went, I'm not going to show you now because it's on my Patreon and you can see it. This particular video is free. Okay, so just go over to the Patreon, just click on it from my Facebook. I want you guys to see this video. I bought like some fig because I tried fig in my smoothie today. Fig is going to be a natural sweetener. It was very good. I also, can you grab me that sea moss in that thing? Mm-hmm. I went down to Seven Under. Averill, I pointed out Seven Under to you when we were on the vegan food tour. Remember I told you the natural grocery store? And, Dan Twan sent $102. Back up, Facebook. Dan Twan sent 102. So listen, I'll be back, Facebook. Give me a moment. In fact, don't even look at me because Dan Twan sent more money. No, just playing. Not just playing. But listen, I went down to Seven Under, right? This is sea moss. Remember I told you guys about sea moss the other day, right? So sea moss is like Michelle sent $10 to the Cash App. I don't know where you at though, if you on Facebook or
that's YouTube.
YouTube, right?
And Shakar said, Rita, come on over to YouTube because that's where the new smoking section is. But yeah. Rita trying to quit, and she gonna quit by May 4th. So
yeah, Rita, you got till May 4th, niece. Mr. Hayes said he needs some customer service help. Ooh, Averill just sent $75 for book donation. Oh, wait a minute. Averill just donated some books. All right, Averill.
Thank you, Wendy.
How many books is $75?
What?
4?
Yeah.
What's 18 times 4?
Let's say 32.
Yeah, that's 4. All right, so I have 4 books to gift, okay? My Cash App is TheWriter, Felicia Marshall. She's been coming in for a whole year, and she's still not on my Cash App. It's TheWriter, Felicia Marshall. But listen, I want to tell you guys about the sea moss, okay?
Am I gonna have to put that back when you finish?
Yeah. So it's a plant, right? It's a sea plant. And remember, I think I shared with you guys last week. I may have been talking about this on the vegan food tour. We did definitely talk about it, but sea moss is good for increasing your stamina, increasing your sex drive. It's good for Yes, it's good for, excuse me. It's also good for thinning hair. And So you take it and you put it in some water. You soak it in some water for a couple hours. Jessica Wright, I don't think you have any of my books. And Thomasina Washington, I don't think you have any of my books. If you both would email me your address, bookthewriter@gmail. Bookthewriter@gmail. I have 2 more books left. Okay, Thomasina. And who was the other one? Thomasina and Jessica, right. Courtney Chambers said Dr. Sebi made me look into sea moss. Yes. So sea moss is something that the Caribbean cultures have been using for a while. So I'm trying to gift the first book. I ain't think about these children who are looking for the second and third book.
No, she would like to get one of your giveaway third books.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to give away the first book to people who don't have any.
She's saying, because you said you have 4 books to gift.
Yes.
And you just gave away 2.
Right.
She would like to be number 3 on the giveaway.
Yeah, I know. And what I'm saying is, I'm trying to gift books to people who don't have any.
That's what she said. She don't have any. But
LaTracy got my books.
Oh, okay. No, I apologize.
No, you fine. Missy Lydia. I don't think Missy Lydia has any of my books. Email me, please. BookTheWriter. Lady T, I don't think you have a book either. Email me, BookTheWriter. That's all of the books. Okay, so back to the sea moss. A lot of West Indian people, Caribbean people use sea moss. And oftentimes you can't find this unless it's a really, really natural store or it's in your, if you have a Caribbean community in your city, you can go there and find it, okay? You can go there and find this. So they had these, it comes in the powder form and it comes in these flakes. Now I can't really show it to you. Well, you can kind of see it here. So it's like flakes, okay? See this? So it's kind of like flakes. And so you soak it in water. So you see all of this on the Patreon. Go over to my Patreon and the video is free, okay? So the video is free. If you're not on Facebook, just go to patreon.com/CraigTheWriter Stewart. And it's the last video that I posted and it is free. And so you soak it. Felicia, you got to put the dollar symbol in front of my name on Cash App, niece. So you soak it for a couple hours, and then you put it in a blender, and you blend it up so it can create a gel. Now the gel, you can take that and you can slap it in your hair if you got thinning edges and things. Yeah, thank you. And you can take the gel, you put it in your refrigerator and you store it. And you can put it in, you can take scoops of it and put it in your smoothie. I'm actually going to drink it in my smoothie. Now, I haven't blended it yet. I've only been soaking it since I, got from the Sprouts earlier. So I'm going to blend it once I'm done talking to you guys. Well, actually, I can blend it while I'm on here with you all. How about that? Look at that. Shakar said, why are you still talking to them? We got the highest bid over here. Oh, yeah, let me look at y'all. So anyway, I'll just look at y'all from time to time. But so somebody said, yeah, Craig, why are you still even looking at them? But listen, so I went to Sprouts. You get to see some of the vegan products that my friend Angela and I purchased. I know I do look dark. What happened? Why did it get dark over there all of a sudden? Let me plug y'all up. Let me plug the light up. Oh. How's that, niece? Ooh. That's real bright now. Let me see. Okay, so, what else did I purchase today? I bought some figs. I bought some fresh green beans. I bought an eggplant. I bought,
did you know
some peppers, orange, green, and what?
That eggplant has the same amount of nicotine as cigarettes?
Eggplant has the same amount of nicotine as cigarettes? Mm-hmm. What you mean?
It has nicotine in it.
So I shouldn't eat it?
I mean, you can if you want to, but then you can't talk about Rita.
Google that. Let me see.
Every night I got to fight to prove my love.
I have never heard that. Monique Dixon said, I'm over here now, Craig. Child, they done left from over here. Janira said, the one time I tried Facebook. Smoking a cigarette results in about 1 milligram absorbed nicotine. In other words, 100 grams of eggplant contains 0.01 milligrams of nicotine and 10 kilograms of eggplant is equivalent to... Well, I ain't eating that much eggplant.
How you know? Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, there are a lot of plants, but eggplant has the most. Go on.
But I ran 2 miles today. Hey, girl, hey. I ran... Oh, Felicia Marshall sent her $15. Thank you, Felicia Marshall, niece. Yeah, I don't even buy... This is only probably like the second time I've ever bought an eggplant. I don't even buy it. But yeah, I'll be sure not to fool with that if that's the case. But I went for a 2-mile run today. I'm still in my running gear. Yes, it did, Felicia. Thank you. It came through. So, how many people are watching on Facebook? 108. And there's 65 people over here on YouTube. It's 111 over there now. But when I tell you I ran 2 miles, and then we went to Sprouts. But I had one of my macro bars. And I basically showed you in Sprouts a lot of the products that Tonette has been sending me. Because they have a lot of those products at Sprouts. Even the hand soap, the dish detergent, you know, to wash your dishes. A lot of the stuff that she showed me is in the store. So I wanted you guys to see that. So, listen, I'm going to definitely... It's 115 over here on Facebook now. I'm going to definitely have to situate my situation when I get off of here. Because I'm sure these panties I got on are peppery. I'm sure these panties that I have on are good and peppery. I'm sure they're peppery, niece. But this candy right here is so delicious.
It is.
Yes, I have on my tights and my shorts. This candy right here, Nikki tries to eat it up every time she come over here.
Sure do.
It's called Gin Gin. Tonette sent it to me. It's spicy apple. But it's not really spicy. Nikki didn't want to try it the first time I offered it to her because it has ginger, so she thought it was going to be too spicy. But it really is subtle, so I don't know why they got spicy apple because that could deter somebody. And then I handed her one, and she tried to eat the entire pack. I'm docking her pack.
It wasn't in the... First of all, I just
I'm
want y'all
docking her pack.
Do I need to tell them about your misconduct?
What misconduct?
Y'all...
What? They can't even see you.
Hold on, I'm getting it together.
Oh, somebody said they love those candy. Tara, you love this? Baby, this candy is really good.
Let me get over here and tell y'all
Oh,
about
Cheryl
this,
likes them too.
His deeds.
Cheryl, while she's getting herself situated. With the eggplant, what I do is I make it like a spaghetti. But what I do is
Parmesan?
Eggplant Parmesan. I rinse it really good. Well, now I have veggie spray and wash and stuff, so I'll spray it with that, rinse it off really good. And then I slice it nice and thin. Season it just like you would do spaghetti. I put like Italian seasoning on it, put a little black pepper on it, a little bit of sea salt, you know, whatever. And put it in some...
They got mango? She said they got... Y'all need to say they got...
They got the mango kind. Tonette ain't sent me the mango kind. Yes, I sure did, Christina. Your order has been processed. Christina said, did y'all get my order for my mug and water bottle? I sure did. Got it over the weekend, niece, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. But yeah, it's already processed. You should have it in the next couple days. That comes directly to you from the manufacturer. Yes, you put your breadcrumbs on it. And listen, with the eggplant, you know how you have to kind of like dip it in so your panko breadcrumbs can stick to it? What you do is you boil some flaxseed. Yes, niece. Boil some flaxseed. And once you boil the flaxseed, you strain the little seeds off, and then you have like a little clear film, like egg yolk. Because remember, we don't eat meat. So you use that and you batter it with that. You cover the eggplant, the sliced eggplant with that. And then you put the, breadcrumbs, then you put it in your pan and do what you do. Now, what are you talking about? I did what?
I was standing over here, minding my business, and Mr. Stewart sashayed.
First of all, I don't sashay, I walked.
No, you sashayed.
I may have sauntered.
You sashayed.
Go ahead.
And he ever so lightly rubbed up against my breast. And I said, not him too. Please stop. Don't do that. I need it for my case. I was mortified.
So you're trying to say that I was...
He sexually harassed me. So I just want y'all to know. Me too.
Oh, This Is Us finale comes on tonight. Stephanie Huggins.
It's the finale already?
Oh, I've got to watch that.
Wendy said you do sachet.
They talking about Nikki, I am weak. Look, Dan Twan talking about hashtag her too. Not me too, her too. Wait a minute, are you still on the clock right now? Look, are you on the clock right now? Because we got some stand in the car work over here to do.
I was over there minding my business and you called me all the way over here and I sauntered over.
Everybody say hello to my friend Dijon Jackson. He's a figgy faggy. He lives in figgy. He lives in Los Angeles. He's in my first book. He's DJ in the first book. Everybody. He's the one that said, well, what we're going to buy our friend who no longer was going to be gay anymore. Mm-hmm. He said, well, we're going to buy him for Christmas now, some tools. He's over here on the Facebook. They talk about where's the HR department so you can report me.
I'm looking.
Dijon, over on YouTube, they said, hey girl, hey, Dijon. They said, hey girl, hey, Dijon. But wait a minute, are you still on break? Are you on break?
Am I?
I mean,
if I get fired,
I'm just trying. No, I ain't gonna fire you. I just want to dock you. I mean, because as far
retaliation.
As far as I know,
I'm gonna have to go to.
You've only been working for 45 minutes.
I gotta go to the EEOC. You called me over here.
No, I called you over here for one question. She done pulled up a chair.
Because you told me to sit down, and then it took you 5 whole minutes just to get the question out for me to tell you how long I've been working.
Girl, she done sat down.
You know what?
She looking up information on her phone.
You asked me to.
Now, let me tell y'all something. Don't be rushing us when y'all get to ordering these Mother's Day cards days before Mother's Day.
You know what?
Because then they not going to be on your side. They be like, Nikki ain't sent my cards yet. I mean, you shipped out the cards yesterday? Mm-hmm. Y'all should have got your cards today. Who ordered cards?
No, because I didn't get out of here. No, I shipped them out.
Oh, they went out today?
No, wait, what's today? No, I shipped them out yesterday. Yeah,
so they should have gotten them today? Who got there said in the car greeting cards today? They said she just sat down and fixed the plate. Right.
I brought the plate.
She ate when she first got to work. Now, who does that?
Are you going to tell them that I brought you some food?
Girl, that don't excuse your behavior.
What behavior?
Girl, that doesn't make... Girl, quiet as a scout. She was supposed to come to work yesterday while I was at the Queen's Supreme Court.
I was. I had to be...
Mantra says she ordered her cards today. Oh, you know what I wanted to have you do? I wanted you to download the email box for info and say it in the card. So that when the orders come through, you can get them on your phone too. I already downloaded it so I can get them too. But just so you don't have to physically go to that app to find it. How do you add an email box to your phone? I don't know anything about this Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Is that what this is? Is this a Galaxy?
What is it under?
Info. Oh, it's under Google.
Okay, hold on. I'm about to add it.
I don't know anything about this phone. They said call the EEOC. Missy, you fucking up your book. Now I'm supposed to be sending you a book. She's talking about call EEOC. Girl, who else need a book? she trying to mess me up, but she want a free book.
I'm gonna have to find where's my mail at?
Lucius said he received his cards today. All right, Lucius.
Your neighbors hate you. They got
Ashley Richardson, you received cards today? Well, did she receive mine?
I don't remember sending mine.
Look at Shakar telling me she fixing a bowl of cereal. Girl, you better be using almond milk or cashew milk or something. Lucius, can you please, I don't know, take a picture with your greeting cards or something and post a picture. Remember when you get your greeting cards and stuff, send us a picture of you with your greeting cards, and we're going to feature you on the website on the Say It in the Card. Oh, Bianca was asking what the money was for. They wanted my attention. At the beginning of the live, Bianca, I was telling them that Kimberly Dooley was saying that Kimberly Dooley said I was paying too much attention to the YouTube people. And so YouTube people started sending money to my Cash App to get my undivided attention so I could just completely ignore y'all. Who's on 2%? Oh, she got 2%. Girl, that's still milk. Well, I mean, you could start with that because I used to drink 2%. But then you eventually got to come up off that 2% because it's still processed. It's still milk. Oh. Oh, get well soon, Christy Bird. Christy Bird Williams says she got her greeting cards over there in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, listen, don't be worrying, Nikki, because y'all wait till the last minute to order y'all greeting cards.
Because y'all do know if FedEx closed, they got a closing time.
Right. So don't be trying to order your cards the Monday before Mother's Day. Talking about, I had ordered my cards and I thought he ran good black business. Because you know that's how y'all talk. I thought he ran good black business. I mean, I had ordered my cards.
I know. Then they're going to be I need to get fired.
Right. She ain't even doing it. She just sit at your house on the phone all the time.
All the time.
You need another assistant. Because, I mean, this just don't make no sense. Mm-hmm. But you know, Michelle Yates talk like, she need to get another.
You're not going to play Michelle like that.
Michelle Yates talks down in the basement. Yeah, he need to get another assistant. Because, I mean, I had to order my cards, too. And, I mean, they never even check the P.O. box. And, you know, I mean.
And you know what? While we here, let me do my public service announcement.
What's your public service announcement?
To the good people. I don't know what has been going on this week with the pen pals, but y'all gonna stop inboxing me, DMing me, and all that other stuff with stuff about him. We don't have that kind of relationship. This is my friend.
Now don't tell him who it is, but tell him what kind of inbox message you got.
Oh, I done got a couple. I'm not even gonna tell because it's a couple people. We're not gonna do that.
Y'all asking about
We ain't gonna do it.
Asking Nikki if I got a big dick. Like, we are running a business over here.
Although he did just ever so slightly rub across my breast.
Girl. Listen, hold on. Somebody said something. Oh, Dance once said, Craig, I'm taking my time on book number 2. I wanted to last. Listen, when I only had the first book, people were terrorizing me. Because remember, I think they came out 3 years apart, the first and second books. And when I tell you, when I put that first book out, people would message me, where is book number 2? So, like, now that both of the books are out and you can actually go from the first one right to the second one, you know, you didn't even have to wait. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, like, people saying, oh, my God, like, I got to wait for the second book. When you going? I'm like, girl, I don't even think I'm writing a second book. Because at the time, I didn't know if I would write a second book. But, Rodney, what you mean over here? You said this book. Are you reading, Rodney? Rodney Webb?
That's my PSA. And you know, I don't know. Craig talk about himself so much. He's supposed to. That's why y'all watch, because he talks about. Let's just listen. Don't try me. Try Jesus. That is the way.
Okay. But you know what? I was saying to Avriel and Kimberly Dooley, because they came to the vegan food tour. Remember, I hosted a vegan food tour the other day, and Kimberly Dooley was saying, she said, Craig, I love when you give those, when you give us a new word, and I love when you spell them out. Like, I've learned words, and I just think that it's just so funny and just whatever. But I've actually gotten messages from people saying, oh my God, like, stop talking to us like we're stupid. Like, stop talking down to us. That's not my intention. It's not my intention. Oh, I unplugged it. I was like, why is it not charging? That's not my intention to talk down to anybody. It really is not. It really is all in fun. And when I'm just saying stuff like that, when I'm I'm ready for a movie. You can do it, Craig. Right, so some people love the vocabulary, too legit to quit. Some people don't. And even though, same thing with the smoothies. Or when I talk about, you know, a plant-based diet. Some people say, well, you stop beating us in our head about the diet. Like, we're going to eat meat. And, like, I'm not trying to force you. I'm just telling you what works for me. And I know that there are people, yes, it's just teachable moments. And I just want to kind of tell you what I've learned. That's it. It's not about me trying to proselytize you. You can't please everybody. You know what I mean? And then, like, when I say the GED section, that didn't come from me. Keop started that. And I just thought it was funny, and I just started saying it. I don't even remember when Keop first said it. It was a while ago. And I don't remember what we were talking about. But he said, "Can somebody explain that to me?" He said, "Because I'm working with a GED. I'm over here in the GED section. So can somebody please tell me what that means?" I can't remember what we were talking about though, but I just thought it was so funny, and so we just kind of joke with it. But some people just oh. Cola Met said, "I love the health tips. I'm down 7 pounds." Pat Tillman said, "I love the vocabulary, the plant-based recipes. Love it." Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. And I think some of you... Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I can follow it that way. Thanks. She good for something. I guess that was 3 minutes worth of work.
Ooh! You know what? I'm going to have to pass out so I can get workers' comp over here.
Girl, we ain't got no workers' comp insurance over here at Impeccable Work. Stephanie Huggins said, "People are taking it way too seriously. And yes, since I started watching you, I have changed my diet and lost 7 pounds."
You know what?
That's amazing.
It's not even about taking it way too seriously, but I think people are misconstrued about where my loyalties lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to sit up and kiki with you about my friend.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Right. But
and it's like 4 people. And some people, it was really quick and that was it. But then others they keep trying to stir mess.
Terry Davis said, "My glucose numbers are really good." That's awesome. And then Janire says, "I love your energy and the words. The shakes and food is a good way to open people to new ways of healthy." That's exactly what I try to do. You know what I'm saying? But even when I have conversations about sexuality stuff, it's not me trying to force feed you. It really is me just trying to expose you to a different way of thinking. Because I really do think, and I've said this before, I really do think that what I was called to do, because I think we're all called to do something, and I think a part of what I was called to do was, or is, to bridge communities. Benighted, there's a word for ignorance, Yanni, benighted. BENIGHTED. But but the thing, Cheryl said, "You really sitting close to him, Nikki." Girl, we trying to get into this camera frame, girl.
I need a big settlement check.
But listen, I really do think that part of what I was called to do is to bridge communities. Brenetta said, "I have learned new words from reading your book." Oh, that's what's up.
You still squinting over there.
But I keep forgetting this right here. But the thing is, whether it's bridging black people and white people together, straight and gay people, black gay men and black men, gay men and trans women, gay men and lesbian, I believe that my calling, a part of my calling, is to bridge people. And I think that there are people who probably watch these videos and feel, I think a part of what happens is when people watch this, they may feel a certain way about gay people, but then they might watch this video and feel like, oh my God, they can see the humanity in gay people just through watching me. I know that's what I kind of learned from working with T.S. Madison. Like I used to have reservations and preset ideas about trans people until I started working with her, and I'm like, shit, they're just like everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's not my journey. It's not a different. It's just 2 different grocery stores, but they
Amazon owns Whole Foods.
Amazon now, they now own Whole Foods. Who is this over here? Bianca said, "Why are you explaining?" Look at Rodney talking about, when are we getting our accident settlement?
I don't know when we.
Cheryl, that video that I posted on my YouTube last night with me and Keon, that was from back in October. And what I've been trying to do with the YouTube people is post old Facebook Live videos, because my Facebook people have been like, oh my God, you need to go ahead and put some of these videos over on YouTube. They just want to bring you guys up to speed. So some of you guys watch those videos and you're like, oh my God, like, you're not live? Why are you posting these old videos? Like, I know some of you just want to see me when I'm live and you don't want to look at none of that old stuff. But I wanted to share it because I think that there's some teachable moments in those videos too. And like the one when I told the story about when I got into that fight. Well, it really wasn't no fight. That man hit me, I fell in the bushes. And that man hit me, I fell in the bushes. And then I got up and I scalded his ass. If you haven't watched that video, that's up on my YouTube. I just put it. I watched that video today because the comments kept coming through and I kept getting the alerts on my phone. Baby, when I say I sat there and laughed at that video, my little lip therapy. my little lip care. Bianca, I died laughing. Oh, thank you, Octavia. She says, so true. I have a totally new attitude since I've been watching you, and I love you for real. Oh, that is so sweet. But Felicia Marshall says, whether gay or not, you and your friends offer good advice and keeps us aware, which is needed. That's awesome. Look, so they laughing at that video. There's so much love that people miss out on by throwing away gay people due to willful ignorance. And that's the thing, too. And, like, we talked about Nipsey Hussle last night on the show, on Queen's Supreme Court. And Madison and I were not at all saying that we felt nothing because he died. What we were both trying to say was, I had heard his name before, but if he had walked in here right now, I would have known who he was. And I had never heard any of his music that I'm aware of. But then also we were saying that just like the world stopped and felt the way because he died, we were saying that the world needs to also stop when a black trans woman is killed or when a black gay boy or man is killed, and the world doesn't stop when it happens, as if we're not black people also. And so the post that I made today on my Facebook before I came on this live, before the Patreon video that I posted, was just simply to say, we're black first. So it's like black lives can't matter until all black lives matter. That includes trans people, black gay people, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes the gay community is forgotten or left out. And so that's what we were trying to convey. It wasn't about saying, oh, well, who gives a damn about him? We weren't saying that at all. But yeah. Camila said, after coming from the hospital, you give me joy. You give me joy.
Look, his hand is on my thigh.
Oh, girl, I was just trying to sing the song.
Sure. Surviving Craig Stewart.
Girl.
My documentary is coming soon. When are we getting this settlement check so I know when to file my lawsuit?
Girl, I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. I'm about tired of going to therapy. Girl, it just gets right in the middle of my day.
First of all, did you not the other day throw them damn stack of cards on me because your shoulder gave out? I need you to continue therapy.
Oh, my shoulder was bothering me a little today. I
almost took my eye out.
I went for a run today. I ran 2 miles today. I'll be 43 May 4th. Where I get May 3rd? May 4th. Hey, Michelle Yates. Michelle Yates just came into the room, everybody.
You're going to stop playing Michelle.
Every time when I be talking like this, she be like, that's not how I talk. I don't talk like that. My voice is heavy. Hey, Tequila Tucker. Hey, Niece. Hey, girl, hey. But yeah, so I went for a run today. It was a little tough today. I ran Saturday too, but today was a little tough. And then, but here's what I wanted to share with you guys. Again, I posted a Patreon video today on my Facebook that is open. It's free. Anybody can. My lips look juicy. I put a little too much lip gloss on here. I posted a free one because I actually took you guys to Sprouts with me. I took you to Sprouts and I took you to another natural store here in Atlanta called Seven Nanda. And Seven Nanda is the place that I first started buying black soap. Hey, Tonette. Hey, girl. Hey. She says, Nikki, you have no idea the things I've been asked about Craig and because I share vegan progress. Oh, child, they probably think me and Tonette getting it in. And then that was the other thing. I posted that video when Tonette and I first met, the very first time. We've only met in person once. And that was back in September. I was in LA for a signing. And Christina Jefferson. But yeah, wait a minute. Did we ever get Mr. Hayes together with his greeting card order?
Oh, what is Mr. Hayes?
He was saying he was trying to buy 2 greeting cards, and I was saying to him a moment ago, we don't process orders of less than 3.
No, we did not.
Are y'all coming to the Dominican Republic, the Queen's Supreme Court? Look, I just saw Allegra come into the room. We're going to Dominican Republic with the Queen's Supreme Court. July 12th through the 16th, I will be there. It's going to be a nice little vacation.
I know that's right.
It's $899.
Is this a company trip?
Laquitha, you were choked up last night after the show. Why were you choked up, Laquitha? Oh, Sean said she gonna be. I know Sean gonna be there. Sean, I'm gonna set up the t-shirts. I need to do that tonight. I had Adrian create the artwork for the t-shirts. It's the same artwork that we have on our mugs. The Hey
Write
Girl
it down
Hey.
so before I leave, we'll discuss it, please.
Did you see how she just handled me? How she just banged on this table just now? Did she write it down so we can? Did you see how she just handled me?
That was the mother in me. I apologize.
Adrian created the artwork for the t-shirts, the same t-shirts that we have on. The same artwork that we have on the Hey Girl Hey mugs and stuff. So we're gonna put those on t-shirts. I'm gonna look for sweatshirts too because I know you guys said you wanted sweatshirts as well. I don't know why y'all want sweatshirts because it's about to be summer. Mr. Hayes said, I liked the commercial yesterday. You saw the commercial yesterday on the Queen Supreme Court? SayItInTheCard.com is an online greeting card company with greeting cards for all occasions.
Yes, my bestie said, oh, his voice is so smooth.
Was it smooth, baby?
So he has a nice speaking voice.
Tiffany Smith Bell, I have worn my sweatshirt out too. I need a new one too. So I'm gonna get a new sweatshirt. I am gonna do a new sweatshirt. But yeah, so I'll do it though. But we'll set those up. Remember, I wanted to give Adrian time to finish with the website and all that kind of stuff. Sean said she's gonna wear her sweatshirt with her shorts and Timbs. All right, come on, truck driver.
And Mr. Hayes, please, with any questions, please go to the website. And if you even go now, I'll go head over there so that I can better assist you and we can get what you need.
Thank you, Hillary. I love the Say It in the Card ad too. I really do. I think it was a good one.
And thank y'all for sharing. Y'all been sharing.
Yes, thank you guys for sharing it. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate that because even if you're not able to buy a greeting card or you don't want any of the greeting cards, you could still share the video. So I appreciate that. Yes, we got the apparel coming because we used to do it before. This is before I was doing YouTube. And so I'm going to bring that back. Now, what were we about to say?
You were telling me if this was a company retreat,
Thank you,
is
Cheryl.
this going to be kickoff so that we can go?
Oh, you were asking if this was a company trip to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that way we can discuss what's coming up in the next quarter for business here at Impeccable Works.
Voice of Reason. No, I was not an educator, but I was. If I wasn't a writer, I would have been a teacher. But I did used to substitute teach. Tiffany said, I want so much to say socks. Let me look for some socks on here, too.
We looked at some.
We did? They did have socks, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had socks. All right, well, I'll put some socks up there, too. I loved how David supported both sides of the argument. This is Nicole Williams. It came across extremely heartfelt last night. Yes, Nicole, and I saw both sides of the conversation, too. I really did. I saw both sides. Oh, and Laquitha said the show was moving, so she cried. And see, this is what I always try to tell Madison, and I'm going to bring this up to her, because when the show was going, even though I'm talking and contributing to the show, I'm watching and I'm talking to Vince and telling him when to bring the next visual up on the screen. I'm still watching the comments. So I'm like talking to Madison, but I'm also talking to Vince, and I'm looking at the comments. And so I saw in the comments where a lot of people were like, this is the kind of conversation that we need to have more. Thank you for bringing this kind of conversation on here. And I know, I keep forgetting. And sometimes it's a tug of war between myself and Madison because I'm like, girl, we need to give them some smart talk too. Now we can cut up and talk shit and carry on, but sometimes we have to use your platform because she has a massive platform. And everybody watches that show. Mm-hmm. And I see the comments where people say, oh, the views aren't what they used to be when Kaya was on here. Yeah, the views have dropped in terms of how many people are watching in the moment. But trust and believe, they're going back to watch it. Because at the end, the next day, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100,000 people have watched that video. But I always say to her, I know that this is a comedy show and we laugh and we giggle and do all of that, but we also have to have smart talk. And I say this all the time because some people who watch her show would never have or hear or experience those kinds of conversations if we didn't put it in front of them. So that whole conversation about Nipsey Hussle and again, because somebody messaged me today a piece of what he had said on The Breakfast Club when he was saying that he's not against gay people and all of that. I get that, and I understand that there's room for people to grow. I understand that as well. But I was just illustrating the point that he did say in one of his Instagram posts. He had compared abandoners, and what he means by abandoners, he's talking about these black men who abandon their families, their kids. So he talked about abandoners, he talked about gay folk, and he talked about all of these outside things that are a detriment to the black family and the black community. And so my issue with that statement, the reason that that doesn't mean that he himself is problematic. It doesn't mean that he didn't contribute great things to the black community, because I think he definitely fed the black community. He often talked about black folks needing to buy property in the black community. He also talked about, supporting black business. You know what I mean? So he was always talking in that way. But I just found flaw in that statement. And we're all flawed. You know what I'm saying? There are things that I've said that are flawed. Even when I joke and I say figgy, figgy, faggy. I mean, there are people who probably find that problematic. But I just feel like it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? And just like some black folks think that it's okay to use the word nigger because you can't be, defined by a word and this, that, and the third. But I also understand the other side of that argument, which is the history of that word. And that word nigger was the last word that many black men, that was the last word that many black men heard right before they were hanged. Mm-hmm. So I get it. But I just think that it's important to see a holistic look at a person. And because in that comment that he made, Nipsey Hussle, in his Instagram post, but even beyond Nipsey Hussle, and like Madison said last night, this conversation was bigger than Nipsey. This was also about the tweet that Kevin Hart made several months ago when they pulled him from the Oscars. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had made those comments years ago. He had tweeted those things years ago. But it's those kinds of comments that are detrimental to the self-esteem of black gay people. Not just black gay people, LGBTQ people. And it's the reason that some little young kid could kill himself.
But I also think, too, that even though in the black community, we've come a long way, because I remember growing up, there might have been that one gay guy who did hair.
Mm-hmm. This thing, speaking of doing hair, remember your thought. I got to interject right here. This thing gonna say to me, she gonna text me the other day talking about, you sure you don't know how to do hair or anything? You're not one of those kind of gay guys? No, niece, I'm not. I don't perm hair, I don't color or curl, and I don't know how to braid. No, but go ahead.
They don't make them like they used to. I don't know. But, you had that one girl who was just a tomboy. Uh-huh. And that was it. And you didn't really hear too much about being gay, but you knew, people, they funny. Uh-huh. And I think now it's taken us a long time, mm-hmm. but I think more people are becoming accepting, and especially with not all black men, but with mm-hmm. some black men, they're understanding that you can be okay with somebody being gay, and it does not do anything to your sexuality whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And even though there is still a long way to go, mm-hmm. we are, and again, I don't know completely because I'm not a part of the community, mm-hmm. but I think, especially from guys that I've talked to, that they're becoming just a little more open-minded. It's not where, wow. It should probably be, but I think even slow progress is progress nonetheless.
Right. And, what's interesting is, Tiffany Smith Bell said, and the numbers kind of dropped down last night, because we had about 2,700 people watching the show last night. But once we got into that Nipsey Hussle thing, and again, it wasn't even so much about him. Once we got into the piece about sexuality and drawing the comparison of how the world is outraged when Nipsey Hussle was killed, but people aren't outraged when a trans woman or a gay man is killed. Because I've told you guys long ago, just like I used to tell you about R. Kelly long ago, I told y'all long ago about Ed Buck, who's a political contributor, who's a political fundraiser, a white guy out in California, who is out there injecting black gay men, young black gay men, with meth. He's using them as sex slaves.
That was the man who had the 2 dead bodies?
Yes, they have found 2 dead black boys, and these black boys, in these particular instances, they had moved out to California, they were struggling financially, and he was luring them with money. And he basically would lure them to his house for sex, and he would inject them with meth. And what happened was two of these boys, at least two of them, ended up dead. And the feeling is no one gives a damn in the black community because they were gay and they were sex workers or whatever. They may not have been sex workers, but it was like an exchange for money. I'll say that.
But I think too, with that, he is an older white man, and they do not report the news the same when it is somebody white versus when it was somebody black, and the fact that a lot of the trans people that are being killed, they don't give them the type of platform,
right?
And they may have not had that type of exposure versus somebody like a Sydney K. Star. If something happened to her, I'm sure that.
And that's what she said last night.
But I was asleep. She
said that last night. She said, "Do you think if one of us was killed, Madison or Sydney, do you think the world would be in an uproar like that?" And the girl who we spoke about last night, who was killed, the trans girl in Maryland, her name was Ashanti. She wasn't a famous person.
Is that the activist?
No, she no. Okay. But with Madison, who's famous, and with Sydney Starr being famous, from being on Love and Hip Hop and that kind of thing, if something was to happen to them, it makes you wonder, would the world stop if something happened to one of them? But I do want to read Nicole Williams' comment. She said, "Maddie's show is better now. She has expanded to a more diverse crowd. To have my husband sit and watch, and it's truly a sign she can reach all spectrums." And I think it's true. Here goes Cheryl. "I want a gay boyfriend." She just keeps saying it. Well, girl, do you want a gay boyfriend that knows how to braid hair and stuff? Because I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
I need somebody like, "Come here, babe. You kind of mess."
And look, Nicole Williams said again, "Craig, I live in California, and I watch CNN every day, and I've never heard that story. The story about Ed Buck." And again, recently, if you Google Ed Buck, the first boy that died was a transplant from Louisiana. He moved out to LA from Louisiana. His name was Jermel, but he spelled it like Germel, something like that. And then I don't remember the other boy's name, but that just happened not long ago.
And then he had one that escaped.
You're correct. He had one that escaped. And it's just like, they don't even talk about these things. And so it's just like...
And then you have to remember, too, he has the money where he can sweep it up under the rug.
Correct. And the feeling, again, doesn't mean that this is what's happening, but the feeling from the community, the black gay community, is black people as a whole don't care to do anything about it simply because... these are black boys. These are black gay boys. So that's the feeling.
I just, again, it's slow progress, but it is progress nonetheless. So it's going to take a lot of people. And I think sometimes, too, it takes for it to be somebody that they truly care about for them to be more accepting of it. And I think now, because I know, coming up, it was more of an underground thing. You just didn't talk about it. And now people are more open to it, which has also opened the door for conversation.
And see, and that's why, again, I always say this, that's why I open up with good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. Because I just like to think that, yeah, we laugh and cut up, but we're going to do some talk over here. We're going to do some thinking. We're going to, open up some minds over here. I'm Belgian. Pardon me.
That was peppery.
My Belgian peppery? You spelled it. No, you didn't.
I did.
Well, what did it smell like?
It was peppery. I mean, I can't analyze the smell. I'll belch a stink.
My belch did not stink. Mrs. Scouting Pro said, "From my experiences, I think black gay men are too segregated to care about all gay issues." You better speak, because my mother has said that. "I have 3 close gay male friends who don't care about gay issues at all." And my mom has said the same thing. My mother said to me one day, she said, what are y'all doing in this black gay community? Y'all need to get it together because, and she just went on to all these things in the black gay community that we need to work on and resolve.
I think the gay community is segregated.
Well,
especially
and that was
here
part
in
of
Atlanta.
Well, that was part of what I was saying in my post today. I was like, there is a divide between black gay, within the gay community. Within that gay community, there's a divide. Because I know lesbians, but I don't have any close lesbian friends. And there are a lot of things that I don't know about lesbians. And there are a lot of things that lesbians don't know about gay men. And The same is true with the trans community. You know what I'm saying? But even when you break down just black gay men, you have this divide in terms of those who can pass as straight and those who are more masculine than others. There's like this sense of hierarchy. But then you can break it down even further than that. Those of us who are HIV negative versus those who are positive. And then when you break it down, you further delineate it. It's like those who are HIV positive, and then you have those that are undetectable. They're HIV positive, but they're undetectable. So it's like, oh, well, I'm undetectable. You're HIV positive, but I'm undetectable. So it's just like this, it's always this kind of a hierarchy type thing.
I think it.
And there are separate prides.
Because I have a black gay male friend, and he has always felt like he is not accepted by other black gay men, so he always hangs with black gay white men. I'm sorry, black gay white men. Lord have mercy. By white.
Wait, now start over, niece, because I don't know what you just said.
No, he's a black gay man, and he said he doesn't feel like he's accepted and never has been accepted into the black gay community. So he primarily only hangs out with the white gay community.
I've said that before.
And we've only gone to white gay bars.
Yeah, I've said that before because, and I shared this before with you guys before. Remember when I was talking about the show, The Four? It's that singing competition show? And there's a black guy named Vincent. And Dante and I were talking, Dante, my friend from LA. And we were talking about this guy Vincent and how he was killing on this show. And I said to my friend Dante, I said, I really want him to win. And he said, I don't. I said, well, why not? He said, because if he wins, he's not going to make music for us. And I understood what he meant without him even saying anything else, because you know how when they do these reality shows, these music shows, they always kind of, not always, but sometimes when it's a standout singer, they'll show their background, like they'll show where they came from. He came from a black family over in Alabama. Yeah, he had blonde hair. Yes, Terry. He came from a black family, like a down-home southern family over in Alabama. And they showed them, and you know, they were the quote-unquote country family, just a regular black family. But when they showed him in the studio and the people who were there to support him on the show, white boys. And you could tell that he gravitated more to the white gay community. And I said to Dante, I said, well, wonder why he's, you know, how he's so alienated, how he's just gravitated and moved over to the white community. And he said, because we probably hurt him. We being the black community. Somebody, like his classmates as a child, probably called him sissy, fag, and punk. He probably got some church hurt. He probably got family members that called him sissy, fag, and punk. Just like I open up my first book and I say, I was called sissy, fag, and punk. So I knew that being gay was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I could have been one of those black gay boys that could have abandoned the black community because of how they hurt me. Behind my sexuality. And I've said this countless times. I was called a sissy, fag, and a punk by family members, schoolmates, and people who claimed they loved me long before I was ever called a nigger by somebody white.
And see, I don't remember it ever being an issue. And then or even something that you talked about, other than, you know, like them two types that I said. And then when I got to high school, and I think that my high school probably spoiled me because there were all kinds of people there. And it was just like, oh, well, this is just the way it is. And so it never you had, you know, the straight guys hanging out with the gay guys, the rich people hanging out with the middle class and poor people. It was just such a cluster of different people. And it was never a thing. And then by the time I graduated high school, you go somewhere and everybody has all these opinions on what's right, what's wrong. This shouldn't be this, that shouldn't be that. And it was like, well, dang, I wasn't sheltered, but I feel like I was sheltered.
Because, you know, the thing is, I used to be very judgmental when it came to black gay men who only dated white men. And I would feel some kind of way about black gay men who only hung out with white gay men. Like, there are certain bars here in every city. There's certain bars that you'll go in, and it's more of a white gay bar, and you'll see a handful of black boys. And you can tell that they're the kind of black boys that only date white men. And it's like they won't even look at you when you come into the bar. They won't even look at you. They won't even give you eye contact. And I did a whole podcast on that, the divide between the black gay community and the white gay community. It's out there. That podcast is out there. And I had 2 white guys on the show, and it was myself and another black guy. And we talked about that divide. We talked about how there's a separate white, or separate pride celebrations, black and white, in every city. Because the Black Gay Pride in Atlanta is the first weekend or the last weekend in August going into Labor Day. Mm-hmm. White Gay Pride or General Pride is in June. But every city is separate. But the reason that we started our own kinds of prides is because
y'all don't party the same.
we don't party the same. And it didn't feel inclusive. The white pride didn't feel inclusive. The entertainment was different. We weren't even considered like what we would want, what would make us important or feel included. But the other point that I wanted to make a moment ago, I used to feel some kind of way when I would see black gay boys who only dated white boys. But now I have more of an understanding. And it's not always because they have an identity issue. Right. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do have an identity issue. But sometimes it's that they have been hurt by black people. You know what I mean? It's like your family who's supposed to love you. Because I'm telling you, when I was a kid, whenever I had family members or cousins, you know how you get into arguments with your cousins and shit? Mm-hmm. First thing them Negroes would say, oh, you faggot, you sissy, you girl.
I can't say no. Oh.
Well, girl, you could have said, well, give me a moment, let me go pee.
I said, give me a moment. I didn't.
Well, girl, she must have said, well, let me turn on my miracle ear.
You were in the middle of a thought, so I didn't want to be loud and interrupt you, because sometimes you be like, now where was I?
Well, girl, I didn't hear.
Do I not get a break too?
Girl, yeah, you get a break. Go ahead, girl. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you just got up and left. I just didn't know.
I did drink all my water.
Girl, I mean, I just thought you just would get. I mean, she just got up and just walked away. I mean, right, Keisha, she just got up and walked. Jeez. So anyway, for me as a kid, my family members, kids in the neighborhood, schoolmates, that was the first thing they said. Oh, like whenever you get into an argument, that was their weapon. That was their weapon. And, it doesn't bother me now, but I believe that that's why a lot of gay boys have such quick tongues. Because, you've walked through your whole life having to be quick-witted and waiting for somebody to say something slick, and your tongue is on ready. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, but you live and you learn. Y'all had questions or something? As a black gay man, to not be accepted by the gay community as well as the black community is sad. Yeah, it is. It is. And so then when you think about all of that, and you got gay men trying to have relationships with other gay men, it's just like, girl, it's just so much work. You know what I mean? So a lot of times people say, well, Craig, why are you single? Because, girl, I ain't found somebody who's done the work on themselves. Girl, who's done the work on themselves, niece? You understand what I'm saying? It's like girl, let me get to this epilogue in this second book. We teach ourselves many things while hiding in the closet. How to cheat, how to sneak, how to pass as straight, how to lie, but not just to ourselves, to those who know and love us. With that, we program ourselves and are conditioned to believe it's wrong to be gay. And then she done got another piece of my candy.
It's our.
Tom, that didn't send that. I bought that.
I was just about to thank her, too.
Yeah, she did.
Thank you for introducing us to
Yeah,
this.
she did put me on to that. She did put me on to that.
Go ahead, keep reading. How to be straight.
Girl, I already said that part.
I know.
Once we come out of the proverbial closet, we forget to reteach ourselves the things we learned while locked away in the closet. Thus, many of us bring unhealthy thoughts and behaviors with us into the community, into the gay community. Sneaking and cheating for the sake of hiding and lying about our sexuality as teenagers teaches many of us how to be dishonest liars as grown men. and many never outgrow the behavior even after they accept their sexuality. So here it is. A great number of gay men, not all, a great number of gay men are emotionally vacant and emotionally inconsistent because many of us lack the emotional language to communicate how we feel and what we need as gay men. To that end, we're in part a community of men with wounded hearts and tortured souls attempting to love each other without doing the proper self-healing first. That's it. And so, you know, my point with that is there's so much brokenness. And it's like we try to attempt these relationships before we heal that brokenness. And one of the things that I've said here, and I will say it to the end of time, I think that the reason gay men and women click so well, not because we enjoy fashion, yeah, that's part of it. Not just because we enjoy the finer things in life, traveling and, you know, eating out at fine restaurants, but because the common denominator is our experience dating men. We have similar heartbreaks, similar disappointments, similar letdowns. We have similar stories. And so even if we don't sit and talk about, let me tell you what happened when I went out with this guy. That's the underlying connection, I believe. What's this here? Have you ever watched Walter Hampton? No. I know who he is, though. I know who he is, though.
Would you date outside your race, Craig?
I dated a Salvadorian guy over in LA when I lived in LA.
They don't count. I mean, like white, Polish, Australian.
Girl, Polish.
They make Polish people.
I-
Parisian.
Look at all of the white people leaning in closer to the screen. I've been on dates with white guys. I've never been in a relationship with a white guy, but I've been on dates with a white guy. And I have seen some very attractive white guys that I'd be like, oh. But you know what I believe? You know what I believe? If I ended up in a relationship with a white guy, baby, when I tell you all I would hear, as black as he talk, and all he talk about is black people, is that he got a white man. Listen, all I know is they would let me have it. But I do believe that you can find love outside of the black community. That goes for black women.
You said you want one now?
Huh?
What did you just say?
I think that you can find love outside of the black community. But I think it enrages black people whenever one of us finds love outside of the black community. Serena Williams, y'all were upset when y'all found out.
I don't think black women were upset. I think it was black men who were upset. I feel like most black women don't care if you date outside your race. What we do have a problem with are those who date outside of their race and then they want to turn around and bash all black women.
Okay.
Like, oh, I don't like black women because they loud, they this, they that. No, that was your loud ass this mama. Okay, that ain't the rest of us. But I think that's the thing that black women don't like. That when they date somebody, then they want to try to put us down and act like, oh, okay, well, I have this trophy right here.
Look at Jan. She said, yes, we will let you have it. You can come home with a white man if you want to. Honey, you done made all this money off of all of us black people. They be hot.
You know, and I just...
Listen, go ahead, what? Say what you going to say.
I have read studies where they say, you know, black women, especially educated black women, have a much better chance of finding love if it's outside of their race. However, I tried it. I just love black men.
I do too. Now, you might sit on that list for a while waiting for one.
Shit, it seems like I'm going to sit on this list forever.
But girl, you better open up, you better expand your horizons, as my mother used to tell me.
Like, I've dated, but I feel like in a relationship, I love black men.
Oh, okay. Way to go, Paula. But listen, you know, it's so crazy because Wendy Newman just said, don't forget Shea Moisture. Because, see, I was just going to say that. For those of you who may not know the story, Shea Moisture is a black-owned hair company. Essence Magazine now owns it. Did you guys know that? Essence Magazine bought out Shea Moisture. I'm sorry. Shea Moisture bought out Essence Magazine. So what I was going to say was, But he received a lot of backlash because their hair product. Oh, girl, I done bumped her breast again trying to point to her hair. Girl, back up. Girl, do you have on a support bra? Girl, I think you just too close to me. Wait a minute, D'Antoine said something really special. Well, before I go to Sean T, him. Mrs. Scouting said earlier, why were black men upset when Serena Williams dated a white man? She said, half don't want to get married no way. And then D'Antoine said, what y'all don't understand is the toxic attitude towards black gay men make it hard for two uninjured brothers to meet and connect comfortably. I agree. This is live Alpha Charm. They love to know that I'm live. Excuse me. I'm here. I'm sitting here. We here in the flesh. But Shea Moisture was a black, they still saying me too. Shea Moisture is a natural hair company, black-owned natural hair company, right? And black women got them started with their customer base. Mm-hmm. And what happened was Shea Moisture started Girl, Shea Moisture started introducing. Girl, this is funny. Girl, Shea Moisture said, well, we're going to go ahead and get some of that white money, too. Shea Moisture started introducing product lines that worked for other types of hair. It wasn't specifically black hair. It was like straight hair, which was white, or more maybe Hispanic hair, that kind of thing, the textures. And so they introduced this whole new line, child. And when I tell you, they started having all these fair-skinned women and white women or Hispanic women in these commercials, right? Black women were outraged, and they stopped buying. Well, they I don't know if they stopped. Some of them did stop buying, but they were pissed off, right? Because they felt like we got you to where you are, and now you're gonna abandon us, and now you're gonna make products for them. But see, this is what I think they should have done. See, this was the fatal move that Shea Moisture made. Because what they should have done was they should have kept the packaging for the products that they were making for curly hair and And what they should have done was created a different line for that different texture hair. Mm-hmm. And then it would have been in the fine print, a product of Shea Moisture. But it would have had a whole new line. It would have had a whole new packaging. And y'all wouldn't have felt like they were being abandoned. I think they should have created. But they made it seem as if the product that was working for your hair was now going to work for their hair. Mm-hmm. And they just felt like, how dare you?
I mean, but at the end of the day, people have to realize it's business. And nobody is in business to not make money. And
yes.
That's just what it is. But I will say that once their products did change. I wasn't really a big fan because they were way too perfumey, and that wasn't my thing. But I did try a few of their products, and from when they first started to now, it's not the same.
Well, that's what people said. That was the argument too with what's my girl? Carol's daughter.
Yeah.
Carol's daughter was a natural product, and she used to make her stuff on the stove at her house. And she was selling, just like I'm selling these greeting cards over here out of the house. She was selling this product out of her house. She would make it in pots and pans in her house. And she would jar it, put it in jars, and she would sell it. And it was just like word of mouth at first. And then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And what happened was she was using a lot of natural products. Mm-hmm. Cinnamons and shit like that, sugars and stuff to make this stuff. But then when she went into Sephora and started going into all these big stores, she had to add preservatives. And so it changes the product. Because it has to be able to set on the set, not sit. It's not living. It has to set, S-E-T, on the shelf longer. It has to have a longer shelf life. And so black women, because you were her customer base, black women were pissed off when she sold the company. She sold the company to L'Oreal. And y'all felt like, how you going to sell this black company to L'Oreal? But I listened to a podcast. There's a podcast called How I Built This. It's an amazing podcast for those of you that are entrepreneurs. It really will kind of stir you up and give you like insight on some of the biggest brands in the country or in the world And it kind of gives you insight on how they got started. Like they talked to the people who founded Instagram, the guy who founded Southwest Airlines, Five Guys, the burger place, like all these different. Lisa Price is on there, the woman who started Carol's daughter. But anyway, she talks about how she sold on this particular podcast. She talks about why she sold it, and she talked about because she wanted to be able to create generational wealth for her family, generational wealth. And so she says, so while she understands that it was a staple in the black community, she had to set her family up for generations.
But I think that, like, and I definitely get that part. But at the same time, I feel like if she had kept going and kind of like got herself a warehouse, did this, you still could set up generational wealth. That's how half these major companies have done it. That's how these Hiltons have done it.
Yeah.
These Johnson and Johnsons have done it. What family is Betsy DeVos? That's how they've done it. And I feel like every time we get big in something, we are so quick to sell off.
And it's the same thing with real estate, though.
Yeah, and but what is ours?
Right.
Like, and I feel like, and then it no longer belongs to us. Now this big company is even bigger because of some. Now, yeah. And it's just like, if they were willing to pay you X amount of dollars, you got to know your stuff is 10 times more.
Exactly.
It's worth more than what they pay you.
Because my thing is, if Say It in the Car becomes a multi-million-dollar greeting card company, we not selling the Hallmark.
We not going to do it.
I'm passing this down to Jay, because I don't have children now. I may have children at some point. But I would pass that down to like Chase and Jayla, and you know what I'm saying? And I would have it in my will. You can't sell it. It has to stay in the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just think that sometimes we sell things too quickly. Because my thing is, she could have passed that down in her family, but I don't know what her family structure is. Maybe she didn't have family members that she could have passed it over to. You know, but I don't know. But what I will say too is, though, I think that sometimes we, as black people, especially when we're entrepreneurs, we sometimes think that we have to diversify our product. Like in the case with Shea Moisture, they felt like they needed to create this alternate line to capitalize on that too. And I think sometimes we do that because we feel like we can't really be successful unless we get some of that white money too. Sometimes we feel like we're not enough to sustain us, and that's not always the case. But I watched the interview with the owner of Shea Moisture when he was on the Breakfast Club, and he said that wasn't it. He said basically, it's just like you have white-owned companies, hair product companies. They making money off of natural hair stuff. He said that a lot of these natural hair companies are white-owned. He said, so why can't I make money off of white women? And I understood his point. But see, we were so quick to turn on him. Yeah. Well, not we, because it's y'all, because I don't buy that stuff. Because, I mean, his products are... Well, he has stuff for men, too, because I've used his stuff before.
It's just... Yeah. I don't know.
So Tanya said, baby, I'm still hot about Shea Moisture. But, you know, but again, I think that's the point that I think you really need to consider, though. He said the reason why he branched into making products for white women or Hispanic women because there's a market out there. And conversely, there are white product companies like Vidal Sassoon or whomever. Their stuff is historically for white women or straight hair. But they also have product lines for black women. So why can't he do the same? So I mean, I felt like it was a good point.
I mean, I get it, but then it's like,
but I think he did it wrong.
We running out of black companies. Like I was the other day, it's this plus size designer many moons ago when BET was hot. They first had like Rip the Runway and they started doing plus size lines. This lady named Monique C. I never bought none of her stuff because they was just way too overpriced for my budget, but they always looked nice. You know, they were beautiful and tailored to fit the body. And she had just made a post the other day and she was saying how, you know, a lot of these small businesses are being undercut by these big companies. They come, they look at their designs, they look at their collections, will do the exact same thing, and because they're at a much larger scale, they're charging for half the price that she's charging for making these things, and it's driving away all the small businesses. Like you got to start supporting them.
But no, I Tanya Smith, I got you. She said, but Craig, Shea Moisture literally didn't work anymore. And that was the argument that a lot of women, black women who were using the original product felt. They said, this shit ain't working the same. And so they really felt like they were trying to make the entire line more universal.
Right.
And it was like, in your effort to gain the white dollar, it's not work. This product is no longer working for us.
Right.
But yeah, but the people who own Shea Moisture, they purchased Essence magazine.
And I don't know. I just got my Essence, so I'm happy. I feel like I don't even read magazines, but growing up, Jet, Essence, and Ebony was always in our house. We always had a subscription, and I feel like it's just my duty to continue to support. Otherwise, we won't have anything.
But but my thing is, in an effort to, and that's why when for example, like with the greeting cards, remember how we did the Say It in a Card mug, and Adrian created the mug with just the white people on it. I said, if you don't get over there and get some black people on the mug also. You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is, because I believe in inclusion. You know what I'm saying? I believe in inclusion. But what I will say too is, I also understand about capitalism. You know what I'm saying? So part of the reason why I wanted to create a greeting card line for pets, which is what we're going to do, but we're going to put them under the specialty cards section on the website. I want to put cards out there for pet owners. And I know that that's going to lend itself more to white customers, because white folks really do feel like their pets are, and there are black people that also feel like their pets are family members.
Right.
But I'm just saying, white folks will spend money on pillows, and not that we not about to have pillows and stuff and say it in a card. But I'm just saying we'll have birthday cards.
CraigTheWriter.com. You're not gonna have pillows.
No, we're not doing pillows.
No.
But we'll do like birthday cards for pets. Hey, your little furry friend, happy birthday.
Somebody might want to sleep on your face.
What? What the card needs to say?
I said, what about sheet sets? Somebody might want to sleep on your face.
This was candy. Nikki done ate it up.
Those are yours. This is mine. Look at you just trying to put.
Anyway, it's 10:35. Nikki still got work over here to do. She's just riding the clock. You guys have an amazing night. Brush your teeth. Floss your teeth. I spend money. She said, Marie Denise said, I spend coinage on my dogs. That's what I'm saying. Black folks spend money on their dogs too. So that's what I'm saying. I want to do a line of cards, like birthday cards, congratulations cards, for, your little furry friend. Anyway, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. Take a moment to reflect on your day. Pay attention to your life. Pay close attention to your life. Tiffany Smith Bell said, yes, Craig, my dog is my baby. Oh, yes, Lord. Detoxify your gums. Get your cold pressed, unrefined coconut oil. Okay? I'm about to go situate my situation, because I'm sitting here with these hot nuts. I did take a shower before I went to the park to go running. But it is time to... Some people like a little salty nut.
Some salty balls.
And I don't mean a cashew. Some people like a little salty nut.
I don't want to taste your hard day.
You don't want to taste my hard day?
I want to taste your
Some
hard
people
day.
want to taste the hard day.
Sugar britches.
Remember, email me your pictures of your cards or your Say It in a Card coffee mugs, because we're going to feature that on the website. Yes, I still oil pole niece.
Alicia Corner right now. Head on over there.
Did we ever get Mr. Hayes together with the website?
I asked Mr. Hayes to reach out to us on the website so that we can go ahead and get him settled.
We can give him some tech support.
Party supplies. What kind of party supplies?
Where?
You want some Say It in a Card thongs?
Completely. Some people like a little sweaty nut. They do.
Your big chocolate salty balls.
Listen, some people like a little pepper on their tongue. You're welcome, Shakar. You're welcome. Yes, yes, Tanya Smith. Cold pressed, unrefined, virgin coconut oil, organic coconut oil, and you put it in your mouth and you swish it around at least 5 minutes. Okay, just about 5 minutes, but you got to swish it in between your teeth. You know, like you're gargling, and you ain't gargling, but it's like you swishing it in between your teeth. And it pulls the impurities from your body. It helps you with whitening your teeth. And it pulls impurities or toxins from your body, it whitens your teeth, and it fights plaque. But yeah. So yeah, you can do that. When I first started doing it, I would do it every time I brushed my teeth. But anybody got 5 minutes to be oil pulling every time I brush. So now I just do it like a few times a week, okay? So just do it as often as you think about it. So yeah, I enjoy that. Barbara Lee Paul said, Craig, that's nasty. Listen, some people like a little must.
Hillary said now everybody gonna be in my DMs asking about your balls.
You gotta wash your crevices. You were invited to my 50th birthday bash. I built this website. Oh, it's in Dubai? It's a tourist thing with your sweaty ball ass. Hey, Rosalind.
Is this a company paid trip?
Girl, she's trying to get 2 international company paid trips.
I'm trying to go get a chic.
Rosalind, is the party in Dubai? You know, yeah, you can use the charcoal toothpaste every day. You can. You sure can. How can I make my gums pink? Oh, girl, I don't know about that.
Are they supposed to be pink?
Girl, mine are. Girl, my gums are pink.
Maybe.
Tracy Walker said, I bet they taste good. Tracy like a sweaty nut.
Mr. Hayes, you should still be able to get
Rosalind
on
said
the internet on your 5S, sir.
Rosalind said the party is in Dubai. Girl, that's a long-ass flight. Do you hear me? Dubai birthday bash. Girl, we got to look that up. DubaiBirthdayBash2020.com. I got to look at that. Yeah, I don't think everybody has pink gums.
Oh, the more melanin a person has in their body, the darker their hair, skin, or eyes will be dark. Dark brown or black gums are due to a person having more melanin in their body.
Come on, Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel said, I also believe women and gay men connect so well because we communicate well with each other in ways that straight men won't, can't, or don't. I put in can't. Because, you know, again, straight men aren't often taught how to communicate as kids, as little boys. They're not often taught how to emote. Oh, my God. Rosalind Manley said, I bought my first book, Invited by Wendell Carter Williams. I know him because, so Wendell gifted you the book. That is amazing. Listen, when I did my very first signing ever, why did that get dark all of a sudden? When I did my very first signing ever, I'm going to tell this story real quick. What happened?
How you had the book?
Oh, I'm going to tell this story real quick and then I'm going to get off of here. Yeah, you can gargle with peroxide, Christina. I do that sometimes too.
But you got to be careful because you can get peroxide burn. That's what the dentist said.
Yeah, I don't do that every day though, the peroxide. You know how sometimes you might get a little tickle in your throat, like you might feel like you're about to get a sore throat? Gargle with that peroxide. It'll get whatever it is up out of there.
Try to dilute it with 1 part water too.
Yes.
That way you won't.
Oh, Rosalind, you were in his wedding. So let me tell you this story. So I did my very first reading at this guy, at a mutual friend of mine and Wendell. And at the time, the book was not printed. This is before the book went into print. And I just had the book printed out on regular computer paper, right? And I just had the first few pages printed off for the signing. And so I went to the signing, and we had invited like 20 people. It was at a friend's house. Excuse me. And we had a few drinks. You know, he had some drinks from his bar. And Patrice, that was technically my second signing. The very first one was at somebody's house. And then I had a few pages printed out on paper, and I just kind of told a story. This video is on my YouTube channel. That video of my very first signing is on my YouTube channel. And I had on a green and white checkered shirt, and I had filmed it and everything. But long story short, Wendell was there. He was one of the 20 people that we invited, and I was so nervous the very first time that I was reading a piece from the book. And like I was like, no, like my hands were shaking and shit. Like I was so nervous. OMG ye, let's eat. Hey. So I was so nervous. And I remember explaining to them how I ended up writing the first book, right? And so I was telling the story about how my car had been repossessed and all of the stuff that was going on with me and how I ended up moving to LA. And I remember reading the book, and at the end of, or reading a few pages, and at the end of the signing, Wendell said, we did a Q&A, and Wendell said, I just want to thank you for telling our story. He said our story. Because see, at the time, I thought that this was so specific to me. I thought it was just my story. Because this was my first signing, first reading. I hadn't read it before. And so I didn't know who was going to relate to it or not. And so he said, thank you so much for telling our story. And I never forgot that. And then when the book came out, he had purchased the book there that day. They all pre-ordered the book that day. And that money that they bought, that they paid for their books with, I used that money to reinvest, and then I printed the next batch of books, and then I just kept doing it like that. And I'll never forget, he ended up purchasing, he went on my website one day. This is when I was still selling the books directly through the website before Cash App and all that other stuff. When I tell you, he went on my website one day and he bought I think he bought 10 books. And he just was gifting them. He said, I just want to have them, and I'm just going to give these as gifts to people, because he loved this first book so much. At the time, I didn't have a second book. And so, yeah, I love Wendell for that. I love Wendell for that. And, Rosalind, you may not know this, but in the first book, I referenced Wendell. I didn't know Wendell at the time, though. If you remember the first book, remember the first guy that I dated, Farrell? And remember I showed up at the party, and he didn't give me the directions to the party, da-da-da-da. Well, he was there canoodling with Wendell. That was my first introduction to Wendell. And I was like, who is this that he with? And it was Wendell.
Ratchet.
Right. But then years later, Wendell and I met, and we both, agreed that he wasn't shit. And we had that in common as well. But anyway, have an amazing night. Have an amazing night. Tomorrow is... What is tomorrow? Wednesday? I won't be on here tomorrow. I was invited. I was invited to a birthday dinner. Okay? So I will not be on here tomorrow. But remember, I posted a free Patreon video tonight. It's before this live video. Go over there and look at it. I took a little trip to the Sprouts, to the grocery store. All right? So you guys have an amazing night. I appreciate you for being here, and I appreciate you for supporting everything that I do. Thank you very much.